we are going to read After the Funeral, the next in our interactive horror story. Um, hmm. Let me check something. Very strange. Something seems to be going on with my computer, but I am not going to worry about it right now because I'll get sidetracked. So, interactive horror stories. This is what we are doing. Yesterday we did the doll, which I must admit freaked me out when I went to bed. And I'm usually a huge fan of horror stories, so like huge. So, after the funeral. After Funeral is a modern Gothic horror story that takes place 3 days after your son's burial. You receive messages in your computer. Those claim to be sent by your son's soul. He says that he wants to be with you once again, and he asks you to do a few things in order to be resurrected. Will you believe in the message? Let's play. After Funeral, loading. You used to be a father. I did. It has been 3 days since your son Jonathan White was buried in the graveyard of the local church. He was 8 years old. He had golden hair and blue eyes, just like the beloved man in the Carpenter song, Close to You. Wow, can't believe they referenced that. But anyway, since your wife passed away giving birth to Jonathan, and since he has been your everything, he was your angel, and now he's gone. He died on a snowy wintry morning. You had gone to the market, leaving him alone at home. When you arrived at home, you found Jonathan lying on the bed, motionless. His face was covered with his pillow, choked. Police couldn't find any trace of trespassing. You clearly remember the solemn moment of Jonathan's funeral. In fact, you try to forget it. But the details are in front of your eyes, and they won't go away. The priest had intoned psalms and prayers, those you are not so familiar with. You are not so religious, while the lifeless body of your son laid in the church. His feet were turned to the east. He was wearing black suits and shiny shoes. His skin was pale. He was way too young for all this. You wished it was you lying there instead of him. Like the day Jonathan died. It's a snowy day in all of Ohio. There are 3 inches of snow outside. It's 1400 now. You are a writer who has been on a writer's block since that day. Your favorite word processor is open in the computer. The screen is blank. You haven't written anything for a long time. There are cigarette butts in ashtrays, and your black hot coffee in a blue cup on your work table. You chain smoke and consume a lot of coffee nowadays. As you're sipping your coffee, doorbell rings. Do you 1, open the door, or 2, don't open the door? I say, let's open the door. You open the door. It's Bob, your neighbor and friend. You had drunk beers and had a barbecue with him for several times. Bob is a nice guy. He's overweight, has short black hair, has no facial hair. He wears a dark blue jacket and black beanie. Hey, how are you? I wanted to ask, how have you been? 1, I'm still depressed. Or 2, I'm fine, and lie. I'm fine. Leave me the hell alone, basically. Bob believes in your lie. It is good that you are doing better, fam. Everyone knows losing a kid is a hard process, but I am sure you will get over it. You are a strong man. Bob continues, I'm going to the market right now. Do you need anything? You remember that you are out of cigarettes. You say 1, no thank you, or yes, I need cigarettes. Do I want to see Bob come back? Do I want to go out into public? I would say, yes, I need cigarettes. Ah, you need cigarettes. He puts his hand in his pocket, then pulls out a pack of cigarettes. Maybe I am a bad friend for doing this, but anyway, take this. I will buy myself another pack in the market. You take the pack that has 10 cigarettes inside and thank 'em. Okay, man, see you later. You say goodbye to Bob, too. Then he goes. You close the door and sit back on your work table. You look at the computer screen that should have been blank. But no, it's not blank. Something is written. Daddy, I missed you. Shit. 1, you shout, Jonathan. 2, you type, Jonathan. 3, you turn off your computer. I would probably shout, Jonathan. After you shout your deceased son's name out, new letters appear and form a reply. Yes, it is me. You are not a computer engineer, but you know that it is possible to hack someone's computer and put a prank on him if the computer is online. Your computer is connected to the internet with an Ethernet cable. You 1, pull the Ethernet cable. 2, how is that possible, Jonathan? 3, turn off the computer. I would say 2, how is that possible, Jonathan? Good Lord said that I should be together with you. He said that I love you and you love me, so he sent me back. Oh, is number 1, or 2, turn off the computer. I would choose number 1. I am so afraid, Daddy. It is cold and dark, and I'm so cold here. Please bring me back. Do you want to see me once again? 1, yes. 2, no, I don't think it is right. 3, turn off the computer. I'm going to be selfish and say yes. Find 5 candles and wait for the midnight. Bye for now, Daddy. It's probably not his son, but you have got only 1 candle at home. You normally use the candle when the electricity is gone, so you didn't need more than 1 candle before. What will you do? 1, buy them from the market. 2, ask Bob for candles. I would go buy them from the market. So you wear your long beige coat and black leather boots and walk to the market to buy 4 candles. Then you return home. At home, you wait in front of your monitor. Nothing happens till midnight. Then a new message appears on the screen. I'm back, Daddy. Did you bring the candles? 1, yes. 2, no. Yes. Good. Let me explain how you can bring me back. Go to the cemetery, dig my grave, bring my coffin home. 1, okay. 2, what a wow. 3, turn off the computer. I would say 2, what a wow. Good Lord wants us to be together. Don't you want to bring me back to life? 1. You are not Jonathan. 2. You turn off the computer. 2. Turn off the computer. You turn off the computer, you take a high dose of sleeping pills because you will need it. You go to sleep. You are having vivid dreams. You see Jonathan in a garden with green grass and colorful flowers. He runs around with happiness and angels. There are white dressed angels around him. Everyone is smiling. You are not a part of his dream. Jonathan doesn't see you, but you are still content with seeing him happy in this Eden. He was always a benevolent boy. After all, he deserved to go to heaven. You wake up to the sound of the door ring bell. The door rings bell. You take a look at the clock. It's 10 o'clock a.m. You wear your slippers and open the door. It's Bob. Hello? I need to show you something. He holds a newspaper in his hand. There is anxiety on his face. You take the newspaper. It's Ohio local newspaper. Another kid choked to death. Officers are investigating the curious case of repeated deaths of kids in this state. Yesterday night, a 6-year-old boy, Kevin Madsen, was found dead in his bed by his parents. His face was covered with his pillow. What makes this interesting for officers is this is the 7th time a boy died this way this month in Ohio. Recently, 8-year-old Jonathan White also died with a pillow on his face. Sheriff Wolcott states that he finds the recent events quite interesting. The end. There are 2 possible endings if you want to find out more. And tomorrow will be the crystal skull.